So, what's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, everybody. This is Tameka, and welcome to Tameka Speaks. If you're here, I just want to say thank you for stopping by. Thank you for listening. And this is our first official episode of Tameka Speaks, where we do voice the unpopular opinion. And yes, these are my opinions. Please don't be offended. We all have one. It just might not sound like yours. So, with that being said, just to put this out there, number one, this channel is for the positivity and the betterment of Black women. I am a Black woman and I am just here to support the goal of us being the best that we can be. Okay. I know this is going to be put out. I know it's going to be, taken as like a hate channel or that I hate myself hate or something like that, but that's not what it is. I'm just really big on accountability, and I feel as though we have to hold each other accountable. And if we're not holding each other accountable, then how are we going to be mad at anyone else? How are we going to blame anyone else? Okay, so that's what I'm here to do. So for starters, again, that's a great way to lead in because I want to talk about accountability. And one of the things I'm going to share with you guys today is something that's been concerning me. The title of this video, are Black women really the victim of Black men? I pose that question because I've been noticing online that we've had so much controversy when it comes to Black women and Black men. Like, I don't feel as though this is a real fight, but it seems that we're fighting this fight against each other for no reason. And I will say, in my objective opinion, a lot of these narratives are coming from Black women, and it concerns me. So I want to talk about it. Are Black women really the victim of Black men? Are Black men really out there victimizing Black women? Well, the answer to that is definitely going to be yes. Just like Black women are out there victimizing Black men. It doesn't mean that it's right or that, one is outweighed more than the other, but it is happening. A specific situation I wanted to reference, I believe it happened in Florida, and I will reference the story below if you want to check it out. Just in the event that my details aren't great because I don't have the story right in front of me. That's one of the things I didn't find. But anyways, I will reference the story below. But there was recently a young couple a young woman that was killed. A young woman was killed. I believe it was Florida. Again, I'll reference the story below if that's not correct. But I believe it was in Florida. She was a TikToker, and I think she was popular on TikToker, and that's why the story went viral in the first place. It was actually a very tragic scene. Her body was found next to her burning car. A couple of days later, they came out to say that her boyfriend was actually arrested as the number one suspect in the case. Now, these people are 21, 22 years old. Now, I'm a comment reader. I don't know if you guys are in the comments, but I'm a comment reader. I read the comments on posts. Shout out to the Shade Room where we get all the junk, where we get all the trash, okay? In the Shade Room, in the comments, okay? Or it was a Neighborhood Talk. Shout out to Neighborhood Talk also. Again, I'm a comment reader, so I'm always in either one of their comment sections when it's a story that I'm interested in. So in this particular story, so tragic, by the way, rest in peace to that young woman. And I want to say they had a child. We want to send our wishes and our condolences to her family, her child, and her mother, her family, the people that care about her. Now, I wanted to reference this story because, again, I'm a comment reader. So when I go to the comments, all you see is the same thing about how Black men are attacking Black women and how Black women are the official victim of the Black man and how we as Black women have to stay away from Black men. Now, why would that be something that is it's so prevalent? Like, I have never heard and I hate to do this. But just for reference of why I'm outraged for it. I don't want you to think it doesn't make any sense, but just for reference. I've never heard white women say that their biggest enemy or they're being victimized so much more largely by white men. I've just never heard it. I don't think there's any group of men or group of women, group of women, whatever their ethnicity must be, whatever their nationality must be, wherever they come from. I don't believe there's another group of women that will demean and degrade their men so much unnecessarily. Yes, this was a situation that happened. That young man allegedly killed that young woman. That happened. That is an isolated situation. Does that mean that every Black man is going to get to a point where he's going to feel the need to kill the Black woman he's involved with? I think that's ridiculous. And not to say that it doesn't happen, because it does, but that's relationship violence across the board. Like, that's not a specific issue or a specific situation that just happens in the Black community. So strolling on TikTok, again, TikTok is such a cesspool for just people saying any old thing just to say it. I'm sorry, but people do not, just because it's on TikTok, let me just say this. Just because someone has done some bootleg dissertation on TikTok does not make it right. Does not make what they're saying accurate. It doesn't make what they're saying factual. It makes what they're saying full of their own thoughts and feelings, which is fine. Free speech. I'm here for it. Obviously, I'm exercising mine. But it's particularly dangerous when your rhetoric turns your own people against your own people, especially when it happens in Black America, because we are already facing so many different, challenges. We don't need to be pinned against each other. Now, I know a lot of this outrage comes from, in my opinion, the recent, passport bro conversations that have gone on around the internet the last couple of years or so. I'm sure that this type of aggression is fueled by things like that. Also, if you haven't been living under a rock, then you know who Kevin Samuels is, or Kevin Samuels was. He's since passed. Rest in peace to that man. And I'm not afraid to say that I don't think Kevin Samuels was as bad for the culture as commercially we want to make him. Just because you speak on or you call someone out on what they're doing wrong doesn't make it wrong. It doesn't make it bad. So I want to make that clear. Whatever, critiques that we have for each other, I think we can have critiques for each other. Black women can have critiques for Black men. Black men can have critiques for Black women. I think a lot of the breakdown comes in the communication, and it just doesn't make sense. So there's this particular TikToker that I ran across on Twitter, or X. And I want to present the video to you guys. I want you to check it out. It was really concerning to me. Now, I did do my due diligence. I went to this young lady's page. She seems like a well-versed, let me not say well-versed, but she seems like a smart young lady. I do know she attends an HBCU. I'm sure she's in her early 20s, and she has a lot of opinion, which is fine. I'm all here for that. I'm here to give mine, so I'm not bashing her for that at all. I am concerned about some of the rhetoric that she spews because she is young, and I just want to know, is this the consensus of the younger age group when it comes to Black women? Or are young Black women feeling like they are being victimized by Black men? I want to know. So anyway, I'm going to pull this video up real quick. Let me pause this in the background real quick. And I want to show you guys this video. Here we go. Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go.
Man. I know this is gonna be a hot take, but I don't like seeing black women talk about the desirability of black men on the internet, or men really, but black men. It's like, please don't. I get the ick because black men down black women so much on this here internet. I hate to see them bigged up on here by black women. I'm sorry. Only like relationships and stuff that's cute. But like, if it's a black woman, like, even if it's like stitching another black man, like, oh, he's so fine, I hope he wants me, anything of that nature, I'm just like, I'm throwing up. Like, I can't, because just the amount of black men that just on black women daily on this internet, I can't stand us to look like that is our only option. I just can't. And that is a very hot take, and no one has to agree with me on this, but that, I don't know. I know that's so bad. It's so bad. But it's so real. It's so real. I'm sorry.
So that is the gist. That's pretty much the gist of the video. Okay. Or you guys saw the full video. So this young black woman is basically saying, well, what she said was that she doesn't like to see black women bigging up or giving props to black men on the internet. And her reasoning behind that is because she feels as though black men shit on or criticize whatever black women so much on the internet. And my question would just be, where are you getting this rhetoric? Like, where are you hearing this, where black men are shitting on black women on the internet all day? I just don't know. I haven't experienced that. So it is a real question, because I mean, like I said, I'm very curious to know, is this what our young black women, is this truly how they feel, that they don't want black men to be their only option? They don't feel safe with black men. They don't feel as though black men are for them, because if that's the case, then that is a problem. Across the board, it is a problem, and it should be addressed. And then we have to question, like, how was this person raised? Who was she raised around? Did someone hurt her? Did she not have a positive black male figure in her life? Because I don't care how much rhetoric you hear from black men or across the internet about how much they don't like black women, surely you don't make that blanket statement, not considering you come from a black man, or whether that be your father, or you have even a stepfather, a grandfather, uncles. You don't just discount them as a race. Now, that's not the only video. It's the only video I pulled out today, but it's not the only video on her channel. Again, I did do my due diligence. I went through the channel just to see what the understanding was. And it ended up, I ended up going down a rabbit hole, guys. And if you know TikTok, then that's can easily happen, excuse me. And I found a lot of young black women who, it sounds like your feelings are hurt more than anything. It sounds like your feelings are hurt, and you just haven't found the person, that can talk to you about that yet. I just feel as though it's a lot of immature feelings. There's a lot of things that are being said, and they make them sound like fact, but it's really just their feelings. And it doesn't have anything to do with what the facts are. Like, give me examples of why you feel that way. Give me, and I'm talking about examples in your real life, not what you're seeing on the internet, because we all know it's so, like, the internet is so rigged to just show you what, it wants to show you, or show you whatever the algorithm wants to show you based on what you've already watched, or based on what's popular right now, or based on the, the running stories online right now. So we're not going to act as though these things aren't coming up, but they might be coming up, and you might be seeing them because that's what you're bringing into your algorithm when you're online. Do I know that there are men out there talking shit about black women? Yes. Since the beginning of time. But also since the beginning of time, Black women have never been able to understand or never been able to really listen and take heed to any, opinion about a Black woman that a Black man has had. There's always pushback with no change. And I think that was important about Kevin Samuels, was that he gave pushback, but he gave solutions. He gave answers to why this you can't do this, or why this isn't a great way to attract a mate, or why we need Black families, and how you need to, if this is the man that you're looking for, then this is what you need to do. There were answers, and I'm a solution-based type person. So now that we're coming up on the 15-minute mark, I want to start talking about solutions and answers. So the question we started the show with, the title of the video, are Black women really the victim of Black men? Well, I'll answer you this. Overall, no. I don't think overall Black men are out here victimizing Black women just because they don't like them, or it's self-hate driven. Are there a group of Black men who don't care for Black women? Hell yeah. Are there a group of Black women who don't care for Black men? Hell yeah. Does that mean that all Black men hate Black women? Hell no. That's just not what that means. And I think when you're young and you make videos like the young lady in the last video I just showed you, I think you are setting a standard for yourself. And I think if you think all Black men aren't shit, then that's probably what you're going to attract. And that's probably what you've been attracting. And it might be why you feel the way that you feel. I myself have never ran into a Black man, even if it wasn't a great experience, that I leave the experience feeling as though that all Black men were terrible people, or that if because I didn't have a positive interaction with this particular Black man, that all Black men were bad. No, I would never think that. It's just not objective. You can't move through life like that. And you are Black. Why would you be putting down the group of men who are ultimately for you? Let's just be honest about this. She's talking about, because at the end of the video, she says, I don't want us to think that that they are all of our option. Or she doesn't want Black men to think that they're the only option for Black women. At the end of the day, let's just talk about the statistics of the situation, okay? As a Black woman, more than likely, if you get a partner, it will be a Black man. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, okay? So are there a bunch of non-Black men out there chasing Black women? Overall, no. Statistically, no. Are there some? Are there examples? Sure. We see them all over YouTube, okay? YouTube loves a biracial family now. Let's just be honest about that, okay? But in the grand scheme of things, as a Black woman, you're gonna, if you end up with a Black partner, a Black man, or if you end up with a partner, period, it more than likely will be a Black man. Now, just look that up. Look it up in your census. Look it up in your local census, in your national census. It just is what it is. Okay. So when you make statements like that, you're really counseling yourself out. I do believe words have power, and we have to use our words to be more intentional. We can't just say any old thing because it makes us feel away, or we just have to think about it, because I'm sure if she put a little bit of thought into it, she may know that she may understand or realize that she just felt like that in a moment. And it wasn't an overall description of how she really feels, but I don't know. I don't know her feelings. I'm just going based on the videos. And like I said, I did do my little due diligence and just went on her page just to check it out and see what she was about. That's it. But anyways, I'm so glad that you guys stopped by to listen. This channel, again, is new. This is our first episode, and I just want you guys to know how grateful I am that you decided to listen. And if you have an opinion, even if it's unpopular, I want you to drop it in the comments below. I would love to hear it. I'm here for like-minded people, or anyone who wants to have a discussion. I'm here for the discussion. Again, I'm Tameka. This is TamekaSpeaks, and I'll see you the next episode.